Luke.
Well, Robin, what are the chances of running into you here?
Not as random as you might think. I was looking for you. I have a proposition. I actually came to see Laura's doctors. There's a breakthrough in a possible treatment for Laura.
No, there is no treatment. I've been told that over and over again.
That may have been true when she was first diagnosed, but in the world of medical research, opinions like that change all the time.
I've heard that one before, too. Every institution we've been in, every doctor we saw suddenly disappeared whenever his pet theory went down the drain.
Maybe not this time. When I lived in Paris, I was involved in a clinical study regarding memory restoration. The lead researcher was working on this radical new medication. I'm telling you, this guy is a genius. And what he's come up with, I think that it could help Laura's condition. Now, I would have to do some tests on her and see if she's a candidate, and I would need your permission for that, of course.
You know, hope is a very fragile thing, Dr. Robin. You can hope and hope and hope as your loved one slips further and further away. And then one day you realize you don't have any hope left. It's died. It's just gone.
I can't even begin to imagine what that's like for you. And I'm not going to lie to you. Even if Laura were an ideal candidate, there's no guarantees. But you should know there have been some patients in Europe that have had good preliminary results. Whether that means Laura can come back to you the way you want her to, I can't say. But I think it's worth a shot. Here, take my card and just think about it.
There isn't a day goes by that I don't think about it.
Well, if you change your mind, give me a call.
I really appreciate your concern for Laura.
Well, she was always good to me. I'd like to return the favor.
Well, if you want to do something for her, Dr. Robin, please understand that I have to protect whatever dignity she has left.
Hello?
It's Luke Spencer.
Hi, Luke. What can I do for you?
That treatment that you told me about for Laura, I want to talk to you about it.
We don't know enough to say for certain either way.
Well, I've never been a glass half full kind of guy, but let's just say that he's wrong and the treatment works. What is the best case scenario?
Dr. Legrassi's treatment could bring Laura out of her catatonic state.
Permanently?
Best case.
So you're telling me there's a chance that this drug could bring her back and keep her back the way she was?
I can't make any promises that it will bring her back or for how long. Only that it could happen.
Well, before I agree to another round of bead rattling, I need to meet the medicine man.
Okay, I have Dr. Legrassi's number in Paris. Here's his card. He's expecting your call.
Okay. This has to be kept between us. I'll talk to the man. Look into his work. But I can't put that woman in there or anyone who loves her through any more hell.
Still no change.
Did you expect any?
Can I talk to you in the hall for a minute?
So what is it, my bedside manner?
Or lack of.
I promise you Laura Spencer doesn't care.
Look, I already know that you think Laura Spencer is a hopeless case.
That's a certainty. That's not my opinion.
And I would agree if I hadn't already seen the effects of LS-49, which you have seen as well.
Is Luke still interested?
I don't know. He's off on some adventure with my father right now, but I did order the medicine from Dr. Lagrassi's clinic.
Does he understand how devastating these side effects could be?
Yes, and I will explain to him once again everything before he makes his final decision.
What about Laura's children? Shouldn't they have a say in whether Luke risks their mother's remaining quality of life on something?
Hey.
I didn't expect to see you here. Has there been a change in my mother's condition? I visit my mother twice a month and haven't noticed any changes, but if the doctors called you both in, is there possibly some hope here?
I agree with the staff diagnosis. Laura has progressed from catatonia to psychomotor dissociation, which is irreversible.
What do you think?
We were called in for another patient. We just stopping by to see if she was okay.
Well, do you agree with him?
Barring some experimental drug or treatment, there's nothing anyone can do for your mom. I feel like I just lied to Nicholas. Laura is his mother. He has every right to know that there is an experimental treatment that could bring her back. But Luke thinks that it's very important to make this decision on his own.
Which puts you in an impossible position.
I did mention the possibility to Lucky, but he obviously hasn't told Nicholas about it. Maybe that's better. Nicholas has a lot to worry about these days with Alexis and her cancer.
What if it was your mother in there? Nicholas knew of an experimental drug that could possibly save her, and he didn't tell you. How would you feel?
I'd be furious. He trusts me as his friend, and believe me, I want to tell him about all the options. I want to get him involved. But I can't ignore what Luke wants either.
I think you should resign from this case.
Why? You think it can be objective?
I don't like what it's costing you, and I don't see it getting any better. Do you really want to be in the middle of a Spencer family fight? When can we start Laura on the treatment?
Luke, are you sure? You haven't seen Laura for days.
Has there been a change? None whatsoever. Well, then why wait? I mean, if she can get back even part of her life, then the risk would be worth it.
Okay, but you have to understand the potential side effects.
Look, Dr. Robin, I've been through all of the potential side effects with Lagrassi in Paris. You need to hear it again. LS-49 could easily make Laura worse than better. Yes, I know. All right, okay, let's go through it all again. Okay. Luke, right now, Laura cannot communicate. She's completely unresponsive to audio and visual stimuli. That much I know. Okay, but she has a life now. It's not much of one, but she can sit up. She can rock back in the chair. She can eat food, drink water. If she has a bad reaction to LS-49, she will lose all of that.
Yes, and she could end up in a true vegetative state, complete with a feeding tube and a ventilator.
I know that too. But what are her chances of recovery without LS-49? 0. And you agree with that?
I would like to say never, but yes. There is virtually no hope for Laura without LS-49.
Let's do it.
Are you sure you don't want to speak to Laura's mother or the children first?
No. I'm not going to start passing out false hope to Laura's mom or the kids. I won't ask them to share the blame if something goes wrong. Still have a right to know what's going on, Luke. Why? So they can blame themselves if she ends up on a ventilator with a feeding tube? Look, I don't want to do this. I don't want to take the risk. But I know that Laura would. She would insist. That much I know. Give her the medicine. Hold on tight, Angel. Here we go. How long before we know something?
If Laura does respond to the treatment, it should happen soon.
Laura? Laura, Dr. Scorpio found a miracle drug. It's called LS-49. It was developed in Paris by a medical scientist named Dr. Georges Legrassi. It's going to give you a road home to us. And it works quickly. So if you feel anything, if you hear my voice, try to squeeze my hand. Do you remember when we were on the run from Frank Smith? We always had a place that we would meet if we got separated. A secret place. The alley in that little street in El Paso behind the beer bar. The children's playground in Nova Scotia. The rug merchant shop in Istanbul. Well, now we have this little room here in Port Charles. This is our meeting place. Try to find your way to where I am here waiting for you. You can see Lucky and Lulu and your mom and everyone who loves you. We're waiting for you. Please try to find your way back.
You were right. I should have never given Luke false hope or told him about LS-49 because now it's obviously not going to work, and I just put Laura at risk for horrible side effects.
We told Luke about the side effects from day one.
Yeah, but I told him about it because I wanted it to work. That's why I didn't push harder to get the family involved or to get other medical opinions.
But we gave him opposite opinions. That's appropriate in this situation. Plus, you told him to go to Paris to meet with Legrassi.
I didn't tell anyone the entire truth. The truth is, I needed to believe that it could work. That a condition as horrible as Laura has can be reversed. That it's only a matter of time waiting for the right combination of medicine. I needed to believe that science and medicine could find a way to save Laura because if there's hope for Laura, then there's hope for all of us, and there's hope for me.
Is my dad here?
Yeah, just give him a second, okay? Lucky.
Bad, Lucky.
Wait, you guys,
What are you doing?
what are you doing to her?
What is in her IV bag?
It's an experimental drug. It's been known to repair damaged neural pathways.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because Luke wanted to make the decision on his own. He didn't want to burden the three of you in case something were to go wrong.
Side effects could be very serious.
Okay. Earlier today, you told me that her condition was irreversible. And now, without consulting me or any other blood relative, you've given her a drug that might actually make her worse?
Nicholas, it could also bring her back.
There's a possibility it could do nothing at all.
What are the side effects?
Laura could end up in a chronic vegetative state.
Okay, get off me.
Nicholas, can I interrupt? No!
Okay, you have two choices. You leave on your own, or I help you out.
You can be as reckless as you want with your own life, Luke. But I won't allow you to risk my mother's.
You won't allow.
You guys take it outside now. If Laura regains consciousness, we don't want her agitated.
You had no right to do this without consulting.
I had no right?
Why
No
you
right.
left the quarter maid so fast, isn't it?
And since when is Luke making decisions about Laura's care? We're her children, making us next of kin. They're not even married anymore.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because he knew we would try and stop him. She is our mother. How could you risk making her get worse?
We're her children. We want this stopped immediately.
No, I don't.
Do you know?
Mom and Dad are not married on paper, but they're as close as two people can be.
Not from a legal standpoint, they're not, Lucky. We can stop this right now before our mother ends up trapped in a bed breathing through a tube.
You know what? I haven't made the greatest choices lately. My credibility is shot. But if the mother I knew growing up had a choice between getting her life back or sitting in a chair and staring at a wall...
At least she's alive.
Is she? What kind of life does she have? You know what? That medicine may work. It may not. But I know her mother would take that chance. And all Dad did was do it for her.
How long will it take before the medicine starts to work?
Laura should be responding right now.
Just give me a second.